Hello, welcome. This is Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa and I've got a message from your higher self. So what does your higher self want you to know today? What's your soul trying to tell you? What things do you need to see a little bit clearly? What truths do you need to return to? All this and more in this reading. We'll have a little bit of a look. We'll have a close look at what your higher self would like you to know and answer all of those questions. So I've got the Rider-Waite deck, back to the old original here. I'm going to use these to delve a little bit deeper and to figure out what your higher self would like you to know. Right, a card's just thrown itself out there already. Two cards have thrown themselves out already. Right, so what's your soul trying to tell you? Got the Four of Wands and we've got the Devil card as a clarifier. So the Four of Wands is all about building strong foundations. It's about building foundations for the future, for your future happiness. So it could be in the realms of a relationship, it could be work related, being a wand, it could even be home, it could be your home life. But whatever it is, you are being told by your higher self that this is what you need to be doing at the moment. You need to be building those strong, grounded foundations, ones that are going to last for long term. They've got legs, they've got longevity, and it's something that's going to be able to last for as long as you want it to, really. We've got the Devil card here as a clarifier. So I think this is a little bit of a nod to maybe old patterns of behaviour, old coping mechanisms, things that maybe you do to self-sabotage yourself, probably unknowingly. It's about those lower vibrational things. So like I say, behaviours, emotions, things like I say, like self-sabotaging behaviour. So it could well be that you have a bit of a tendency to, when things get a little bit stressful, things get a little bit much, you've got a coping mechanism, and your coping mechanism can maybe like be putting the brakes on a little bit. You know, you may turn to spending a little bit too much, or drinking a little bit too much, or shopping a little bit too much. Whatever it is, there's something that is you sort of being called to have a little bit of a heads up about. Maybe it is that you fall into the I can't territory, so those lower vibrational emotions and feelings and thinking. So I can't do it. I'm not worthy of it. It's which makes it very overwhelming and very difficult to proceed, and it blocks that energy from moving on the way that it should. It could well be that, you know, you're chained, you're tied to an old ways of doing things so much that it's stopping you from moving forwards in the way that you deserve, in the way that your higher self would want you to, because there's all of these other things getting in the way. So I think this is your message from your higher self today. Is all about building strong foundations, about not getting in your own way, about maybe having a little bit of a think about ways that you could be doing that. I think we all have got the capacity to have this devil energy, all of us, every single one, whether that is, you know, over analysing things and literally getting in our own way by self-sabotaging things because, well, there's usually reasons behind that, isn't there? Or just that lower vibrational energy, the fear, the can't energy, the defeatist energy. And so, you know, that's your message. Your message is building strong foundations and not getting in your own way. So let's have a little bit of a look. What are you not seeing clearly at the moment relating to this situation? What are you not... Oh, there we go. I didn't even have to... Oh, I've got three here. Right, we've got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is working together. It's coming together as a team to create something beautiful. So it could well be that you know, you're not looking for the outside support, the outside help. Maybe it is that you're on a mission and you think, you know, this is down to me, I've got to do this and I do this alone. But you actually don't, you know. I love this Three of Pentacles. It's one of my favourite cards because all of these people here, they're bringing a different skill set to the party. So they're creating this house of God. So we've got the architect there. We've got the man of God himself, the priest, the whatever he is, and then we have the mason. So everybody's bringing something to creating that thing. And so I think maybe you're not seeing the thing you're not seeing clearly is it's okay to let other people participate in whatever it is that whatever project, whatever's going on in your life at the moment, in this building the strong foundations, whatever you are trying to, you know, bring to life. Again, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a home, whether that is a work project, a business project. It is okay to allow other people in. Maybe that's your devil energy, that you don't like accepting help, that you won't accept help, that you don't like to delegate to people that maybe are a little bit, you know, more skilled in that area than you are. Accepting maybe that you can't do that. So I think, you know, that letting people in is a biggie. We've also got 2 5s here. We've got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Swords is not letting go of something, mentally holding on to something, some words or an argument or a disagreement, something that you've had with somebody that is then creating this conflict within you. It's creating just this unsettled, unhappy feeling in your head. Something, you know, when you've had an argument and somebody says something to you and you hold on to that one thing and it's really hard to let it go. That is the 5 of Swords. You know, it's about letting things go. You see, he's won the battle there. All the other people have walked away, but everyone else has dropped their swords. They're not holding on to it. So despite the fact that maybe you have, you feel like you've won in a situation, you've not actually, because you're still holding on to those negative thoughts, those negative words, the disagreement, whatever. And I think maybe that is the thing that is stopping you from collaborating with other people, from being a team, because maybe something's been said to you a long time ago and that's sort of stuck in your head, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, and you know, you're just doing your own thing now because you don't want to accept any help because maybe people have thrown things back at you in the past. But this isn't about, I don't feel like this is about accepting help as such. This project, this thing that you're creating strong foundations for, I think it involves teamwork, it involves other people. It's not just about you, and you don't have to do this alone. Everybody else is entitled to and can participate. And so I think whatever's been said to you in the past, it's only creating this sense of loss, this sense of discontent within you, I think, because, you know, the 5 of Cups is about loss, it's about grief, it's about, you know, not being happy with what's there in front of you. And I think these 2 things are holding you back from allowing others in to help you, to participate, to be creative, to have their input in whatever it is that you're doing. So I think that's the thing you're not seeing clearly. You know, you are, you know, you're not only harming yourself, you know, it can have knock-on effects with other relationships because they don't, maybe you're passing on your feelings, your emotions related to, I'll do this by myself. You know, maybe the people around you are then thinking, well, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not worthy, you know, and this constant maybe striving to allow you to, you know, to help, allowing them to help you. We'll get there in the end. So, you know, all of these things can have knock-on effects down the line. So I think it's really important for you to open yourself up to accept the fact that other people can have an input in whatever it is that's going on in your world at the moment. Don't forget it's a general reading, so it's going to be different for everybody and on a sliding scale. But opening yourself up to collaboration with other people is going to be a winner. Teamwork makes families, teamwork makes businesses, teamwork makes relationships. You know, one man is not an island. You've got to open up and let people in. Okay, so where are you being called to grow? Where does your higher self think that there's an area of expansion? Oops, this card really wants to come out. The Hierophant. The Fool. Right, the Hierophant. The Hierophant, I think in this case, it may well be your connection to self, your connection to spirit, your connection to that energy that is bigger than you. And we've got the Fool there clarifying that, setting off on a brand new journey for good and for bad, just seeing where things take you, seeing where it takes you. I mean, I've personally been down the spiritual rabbit hole, and over the years I've evolved with the things that I believe, the things that bring me comfort, the things that are my beliefs and in my spiritual practice. So I think if this is something that you haven't explored in some way already, then now's the time to take that leap of faith and just literally go off on a brand new adventure with down that spiritual rabbit hole to see where it takes you. Maybe you are needing to do that a little bit more if you've explored it in the past. Maybe this is something that you're being called to connect to again. And our spiritual practices can be wide ranging, can't they? Obviously there's lots of different organised religions, there's lots of different ways of looking at spirituality. Nature is spiritual, the earth is spiritual. There's so many things that you can do to connect with that bigger energy, and I think that is literally where you're being called to grow at the moment. I think going off on a brand new spiritual adventure is on the cards for you. Whether this is something that is something that you actively do, or just something that's creeping around there in the background that's just sort of leaking in, all this information that you're is sort of maybe being drip fed to you without you realizing it. So a truth to return to, even I can't even read my writing. A truth to return to. So what have you maybe not been something that you've forgotten, your truth that you've maybe not sort of connected with or thought about for a long old time, something that may be a way of being that you have always been, the true you that you've maybe stepped away from. Let's have a little bit of a look. Got a card out already, I've not looked at it yet, it's flipped over, so I'm giving a little bit of a shuffle. We'll have that one. Oh, oops, okay. 5 of Pentacles. The World. Okay, a truth to return to. I actually feel this is related to gratitude. I feel like this is... Obviously, the 5 of Pentacles, it's about lack. It's lacking in something, or perceived lacking in something. And I feel like, I mean, we're all guilty of this, but I feel like it's all about connecting to your roots, connecting to simplicity, connecting to gratitude, and just really realising that we came into the world with nothing, didn't we? And stuff doesn't really matter. Obviously it's nice, isn't it? It's lovely. I love all my books. I love my crystals. It's nice to have things, but stuff isn't everything, and it is that perceived lack. Sometimes we're constantly on the hunt, aren't we, for, you know, that thing will make me happy. Oh, if I've just got that, then that'll be brilliant. I'll feel happier. And I think it's well, it's just the world today, isn't it? And it's really hard to step out of it, to step away from it. I mean, we moved to France from the UK to try and have a bit of a simpler life. I got fed up with, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses or being felt like I needed to. And here it's, you know, it is easier to have a simpler life. You know, stuff isn't everything. Stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what car you got, what clothes you wear. You know, it's irrelevant. And I like that about here. We're in the countryside. We're not in Paris or in any of the big cities. We're in the southwest, which is very rural. And I think we very much lose track of that. You know, it isn't stuff that we need. It is our connection to our spiritual self. Stuff's nice. Stuff's, you know, makes life, you know, more interesting, but it isn't everything. And I think we're starting a new cycle, and I think this is as a collective, not just on a personal note. I think we're starting a new cycle where stuff's not going to be as important. And I think, you know, the important things are the basics of life. And I think that is definitely a truth to return to for all of us. The basics of life, feeling gratitude for the things, the extra things that we've got. And, you know, just realising that stuff, things, shiny stuff, it's not everything. And we're, you know, that gratitude for the things that we do have, and the things, and gratitude for the basics in life. You see in this card, they, you know, they don't have a lot. They've got some help and support there if they need it. And, you know, it's very, the circle there, it feels, you know, very much about community, about helping and supporting each other, for just, you know, not realising that stuff, it's not everything. Yeah, so that's our truth to return to, that we just need what we need, and that's it. Right, the simple life, the simplicity of life. Life's got overcomplicated. Stuff's taking over our lives, isn't it? Right, so what's a gift that you already have? And sorry, just going back to building strong foundations. Strong foundations come from within, don't they? They don't come from stuff. It's not about material stuff. Strong foundations are the nuts and bolts, the nitty gritty of a situation, whether that is a relationship, you know, honesty and integrity. All of those things make a strong relationship. And that's not stuff. And I feel like that's, you know, this strong relationship, this community, this working together, connection to spirit, you know, I can't even talk. I can't get my words out. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You know, we don't need stuff. It's not necessary. It's not a necessity in life, is it? So I think this is it's all about getting back to basics, I think, but getting back to the things that we need, the things that are important. So I think that's, you know, the big message for your higher self. So what's the gift you already have? I've got a card already. It's face down. I'm going to shuffle and find another. Oh, there we go. Gift that you already have. Right, Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands. I nearly said swords again then. Right, so a gift you already have, this desire for knowledge, the desire for learning, the desire for breakthroughs, for inspirations, for clarity. So this inner drive. So that's the gift you already have, the drive to find out stuff, the drive to learn, the drive to, you know, to break through. And this Eight of Wands is, you know, doing it at speed. He's doing it at speed. That Knight of Wands, swords, he's flying forwards. You see his feathers flying, his cape's flying. He's on a proper mission. And then we've got this card of swift movement as well. So you've already got the gift of being able to figure stuff out, being able to find stuff out really quickly. I mean, we've got the world at our fingertips, haven't we? You know, we've got our phones, information there, books galore. So that's the gift you already have. You have the gift of being able to learn all this stuff, figure all this stuff out. It's at your fingertips. So there we go. So what's the next aligned step? The next aligned step for you. Let's have a little bit more of a shuffle. Where to next? What do we do next? Moving forwards. Knight of Wands. There we go, 9 of Pentacles. So our next aligned step is just about moving forwards with passion, moving forwards, moving towards the things that make us happy. And also just enjoying the ride. We've got that 9 of Pentacles there. So she's reaping what she's sown. She's put in a lot of hard work and a lot of effort, a lot of energy. And now's the time to just enjoy it. You know, what's that old phrase? I love it. I used to have it on my phone. Life's a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride. Move forwards with passion. Enjoy every moment. You know, feel the benefits of all the things, the work that you've put in, and enjoy it. Literally, just enjoy the ride. So that's a good next aligned step, isn't it? Move forwards with passion, whilst enjoying the fruits of all your hard work already. Right, I'm going to pick you 2 of these cards. They are messages from your angels, Doreen Virtue. We'll have 2 cards to just finish. Just checking my microphone's on there. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've done a reading and come to the end and realised my microphone's not on. Right, so 2 cards. Okay. Akasha. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So maybe this is why you need to connect to your spiritual self. Maybe, you know, you are called to spread the light. Maybe that's the reason why you are being asked to get back to basics. Being asked to get back to basics, connect to your divine self, connect to your spiritual self, and set off on a spiritual journey. With the search for knowledge and just finding enjoyment from the basics in life. Right, another card. What else? What else have we got for you? What else does your higher self want you to know? Archangel Uriel. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. I think this is very much connected to what you're not seeing clearly, the connection with others. I think there's something emotional attached to you, something that's happened, something that's been said that is causing this, and this struggle to work with others, to accept help, to open yourself up to other people participating within a situation, this building this strong foundation for the future for yourself. So Archangel Uriel is being enabling you to open up to greater love, releasing anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope that you've got the message that you needed to get there. If you enjoyed the reading, it'd be really lovely if you could give me a thumbs up, press that notification button and the subscribe button, and then that'll help you to catch up with my other readings. Yeah, and let me know how this resonates with you, even if it's in a series of emojis. I always like to work out what they mean. It's always quite entertaining and quite fun to see, figure out what the emojis actually are. I always have plenty of aha moments. In the meantime, look after yourself, stay rooted, stay open and stay magical, and I will catch up again with you next time. Also, don't forget, midweek, on every Wednesday, we've got our midweek energy update. So what's going on with the energies this week, whether it's collective, whether it's personal. So don't forget to check out that. I'll leave the link at the end of the video. All right, then, you take care of yourself and I'll see you very soon.